Okay, so step one would be to install Audacity. I already have it installed, but I can still more or less show. You click on the Start menu button down the corner, and then you can just start typing Microsoft Store, and it might think you mean Teams, but you don't, you mean the store. Company portal, again, I already have this installed, so my next screen will look slightly different from yours. So I have launcher pin to start, and I don't know what's there, but it doesn't really matter. You'll probably have something that says installed somewhere around here, probably kind of in line with where I have those, maybe a little higher, something like that though. Once it's installed, you can click launch, and it'll just open it, and it'll think for a bit. And if you go over here to apps, I'm actually going to make this full screen because I just like that better. There'll be various things. If you want to download something else, you can, but you're going to want to click on Audacity, specifically Audacity 2.4.2, but that's the only Audacity here. Click on that. Again, I already have this installed, but probably where mine says reinstall, yours will say install. Now, I'm not going to bother reinstalling it because it's already there. There's no reason to. But it's installed. You'll want to click install somewhere around here. If it asks you to do anything, I don't think it does, but if it does, just do what makes sense. I don't remember exactly. Then you can just close, once it's finished installing, you can close that, and you can close that. And then in the description of this video, wherever it is down below, there'll be a link to this folder, which I have shared so anyone in CCPS can view it. And then since I'm a base, I'm going to download base.mp3, and you just right click and download, and it might open something like this. It might just automatically download. I had to download these to make some changes to these tracks, but so you'll download that probably just into downloads, but you can download it to somewhere else if you want. I'm just going to do it in downloads because that's easier. Then you're going to go back over to the start menu, and Audacity is right there under A. It's alphabetical. It's always nice. Open Audacity. Just, I'm going to say don't show this startup again. You might want it to. I don't know. And then you're going to go to File and Import Audio. Apparently you can also hit Control-Shift-I. Okay, but yeah, you go to File, Import Audio, click on that. I'm already in Downloads because I've done this before, but you go to Downloads. I'll click base.mp3, you'll click whatever your part is, open, and it'll take a bit. There it is. I'm going to zoom in at the beginning. You can see these, I don't know what they are. They're tones. They're just piano. You'll want to clap on each of those. It makes it way easier to, to line everything up if there's like ticks at the beginning. So you'll also want to have the headphones plugged in. I don't have headphones plugged in right now, so if I hit play, you'll hear the 4 tones and then the track in the background. But I don't really need to be playing that. If you hit record, but we want record new track. Maybe you right click on it. So you hover over it, it says record, you just press R, or record new track is Shift R. So we're going to hit Shift R. You can't see what I'm doing. Oh, apparently if you hold down Shift and click, that works too. Because it like changes the symbol, so I think probably, but I'm just going to hit Shift R, and now there's another track. And you can see how it's recording what I'm saying. Now I don't want to be recording whatever I'm saying over the track, and also you can hear the track in the background probably because it's I'm going to stop recording this because I don't need it. That's how you stop. You press the square. So I don't actually need this track, so I'm going to hit the X to get rid of that. So now that's gone. When you are recording your track to submit, you'll want to have headphones plugged in, and you can still hear this track through your headphones, but when you're singing, it won't come through. I suggest actually using earbuds because those tend to bleed less. If you have really fancy headphones, those will work too, but make sure that you can't hear the audio through the headphones, because otherwise it'll get picked up and then I can't use the track. Again, so I'm just gonna hit record, and if you miss one of the claps, that's fine, but like record, oops, stop, get rid of that. I just hit Control-Z, that's undo, for anyone who didn't know. Right, I want Shift-R. So, if we stop that again, you can see I totally missed the first one. I kind of missed the second one, but I got the second two. I wasn't doing it particularly loudly, but you can see that there were claps, and that's why it's really useful for lining it up, because you can just see where all of those are. Again, I don't need that. When I'm singing, you wouldn't obviously get rid of the track. You would keep the track, and then when you are when you're ready, when you have a track that you like, you can also mute this track so that you can just listen to what you've recorded. I should probably sort of show that. Shift-R. So I can just like make some noise, and then we can stop the recording, and then I can. So if I just play this, so I can just like make some noise. So you can hear both the track and the audio that I just recorded, but we don't really want that. If we just want the audio that I recorded, we can mute this, and now when I play it, so I can just... You can only hear the track that I just recorded, not the part track. I, again, don't need this, so we're going to get rid of that. You can also hit solo, and that makes, it doesn't do anything now because there's just the one, but that'll it'll mute everything except the track that you soloed. So yeah, so when you're exporting, we're just gonna do an example. Again, record, stop, get rid of that, Shift-R. So we're just gonna record whatever and stop the recording. Since we don't want this in the end, again, this is bad practice because I don't have headphones plugged in, so you still might be able to hear the rehearsal track. But we will mute this, or you can solo this. It automatically solos and mutes them. So, but you'll want just the track that you just recorded. Now, it would be as long as the piece. It would also be great, just as another thing, to like let your track run quiet for a little bit afterwards, just in case there's a lot of noise in the background. Even if you don't think there's noise, there might be. That's something that's really annoying. So let it run for a little bit at the end, and then I can sort of do a thing so that the noise goes away, which is cool. So you'll want to export. So this is how you export. You'll go to File. The heater is going and it's pretty loud. That's unfortunate. So go to Export. You'll want to export as MP3. So we'll click that. And we want to, sure, we'll just save it on the desktop. You can save it wherever you want, obviously. We're going to name this, I don't know, out.mp3. You can name it whatever you want. Don't keep it the same name because that will get confusing. Actually, probably just typing in a bunch of random numbers would be the best idea. It's not going to really be random, but just some numbers would be best. so that it's very unlikely that people will have the same track. But really, you can name it whatever you want. I'm sure Mrs. Richard will deal with it. Okay, so then you'll hit save, and it'll open this, and you can put whatever you want in here. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to leave it how it is. And okay. I don't actually know if it's doing it. It probably, since it's so short, it probably took it a very small amount of time, but you can now, this button down here, it's hard for me to get because I have another screen, but that's over here, so I can get my cursor lost. But that button there, it's highlighted, you click on that, it minimizes everything. So here's the track I just recorded. I'm not going to bother playing that because I know what it is. That's my thing that I'm recording stuff. What else do I need to cover here? Yeah, I think that's it. If you're satisfied with your track, you could also just X that so that it's just that one, so you don't have to worry about muting or soloing anything. Yeah, I think that's just about it on that front. When you yeah, you have to make sure you export, because if you save, it's saving the project, and you don't want that. It'll save it as some weird file format that is just compatible with Audacity, and you do not want that. So we're gonna hit close, and it'll ask me if I want to save. I'm gonna say no. As long as you have exported it, you can say no, and it'll just disappear, but you'll have the exported file. I might recommend listening to the exported file. I didn't, but you might want to make sure that it all sounds good and it doesn't have the, like, you did everything right, it doesn't have the thing in the background. But I'm pretty confident that I didn't. Also, it's just a bunch of me talking, so it doesn't matter. Save project. No, I don't need to save project, so that closes. Then we'll go back in here. I mean, there's no assignment for it yet, but at some point there'll be an assignment. Ooh, yeah, I'm not gonna bother with that. But at some point there'll be an assignment, and you'll just submit it. You'll upload your file and send it off to Mrs. Richard via Google Classroom, and then she'll send it to me, and I'll compile everything. If anyone has questions, leave a comment. If you're signed in on your school account and can't leave a comment, I don't know, figure out how to find the video on your regular account, and just, I don't know. If you need to leave a comment, I'm sure you can sort out how to leave a comment. Is there anything else I need to say? I don't think there's anything else I need to say. Okay. Thank you for participating in this. Always great. Yeah, I'm just babbling now. Okay. Thank you.